What's up, Ian here, and this is my first impression quick unboxing and graph measurements of the CCA CXS single dynamic driver IEM. Now before I begin, I'd like to thank KZ for sending this to me and making this video possible. I appreciate it very much, but guys, rest assured that whatever I say in this video is my own opinion. This video is not scripted, and KZ will be watching this video together with you guys. Okay, so CCA CXS, and this is an $18 single dynamic driver IEM. Yep, it's only $18. So let's open this up and find out if it's good or not. Okay, so as usual, I will go through the accessories, the specifications, then I'll measure this with my measuring rig, and I'll listen to this for the first time. And as I'm listening to it, I'll let you guys know my impressions and my so-called conclusion. But please note that this is not my full review. After this video, I'll listen to this for a longer period of time, and then I will come up with another video at a later date. Okay, and this video will be time-stamped, so for those of you who wish to skip around, please feel free to do so. Alright, so let's open this up. I've got my trusty penknife here, and this is actually a very typical KZ packaging, so this is gonna be quite a quick unboxing. Right, so CCA CXS, it's all in Chinese, but I can see that 10mm here. Okay, so definitely 10mm. Oh, but that's English here. Okay, legendary. Okay, so it's a new legendary 10mm dynamic driver. And at the back here, you've got some specs. Let's see, frequency response 20 to 40,000 hertz. Okay, so should be high-res certified, but it's not. And then the resistance is 16 ohms, and the sensitivity is 109 plus minus. Okay, so let's see what's inside. So there you go. Let's open this plastic to avoid the glare. In fact, let's put the IEM one side first so that we can take a look at the other accessories that comes with it. Looking at this cable, right, looks different, so quite interesting there. First, paperwork, I'm gonna read that, and let's take a look at the cable first. It's a different color, so yeah, it's still the modern type single coil type of single braid lah, PVC type of cable. All right, so it's just that it's a different color. If you guys have seen most of my KZ unboxing, this is the same cable lah. It's just that it's different color. Okay, so this is more like a brownish color. Okay, terminated with 3.5, and then you have your Y splitter here. Okay, Y splitter. There's no chin slider, and the ear hooks are the stiff type of ear hooks. And then this is the QDC. If I'm not wrong, QDC is shielded lah. A 2-pin connector. Okay, so this is the usual cable from KZ, and the ear tips. Let's see what type of ear tips comes with this. Oh, so it's a bit different. Oh, okay, so this is the Starline. Well, it's the same one. So Starline ear tips, only thing that this is black. Okay, so black Starline ear tips, and a lot of people, I know a lot of people have been reversing this ear tip, and it sounds brilliant. So yeah, well, I'm not going to do it myself, but yeah, this is the legendary Starline ear tip that a lot of people have been modifying. Okay, now let's take a look at the IEM themselves. Let's pop them out from the holder, and this, oh wow, the whole thing feels heavy, and it feels solid. It's like made of metal. Yeah, the entire thing is made of metal. Yeah, very, very. And there's one big hole right here. Wow, it's a see-through hole. Okay, it's a see-through hole. Wow. Okay, so first time I'm seeing a hole here, and I see some vents here. So, and from what I read on the website, this is actually an open back. Okay, so it's vented. It's a real vent. Okay, at $18. Okay, $18. Just bear in mind that. So you've got the protruded 2-pin connector, and the nozzle is pretty long. Okay, and it's a pretty normal size lah. Actually, yeah, a bit small, narrow type of nozzle, and with a mesh filter. And then you've got your vent here, and this really big hole here. Okay, so but it's a really unique design lah. You know, this is the first time I'm seeing a hole. I can actually thread maybe a carabiner in here, and I can hang it around my ears if I'm not wearing it. I mean, I'm just being creative, okay? But yeah, this is a very, very unique design. So let's take out my measuring rig and let's see how this looks like in terms of sound on the graph. So be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, I brought out my measuring rig, and now I've already calibrated everything, so to save you guys from watching through all that. So now I'm just gonna go straight into measuring them. So as you can see, I've got the CCA CXS here all rigged up, my Yingwu cable, my foam tips, my coupler. So let's put in the left side into the coupler. Okay, like so. Right, so let's go to the computer and let's start the measurement. First, let's change the name of this, CXS. Okay, so let's check the levels first. 88 dB, that's fine. All right, so let's begin and see how it looks like. Okay, ooh, look at that peak there at the 8K. All right, so let's take out the left side and let's put in the right side. Okay, so this is the right side. There's no indication, by the way, but yeah, it's the right side. Okay, let's put this properly first. Now let's go to the computer and let's check the levels. 88 dB as well. All right, so that's pretty good. Let's begin. Okay, wow, they match pretty well, especially the sub bass and the bass and the lower mids. The only mismatch is somewhere around the presence and the brilliance area, which is fine. You know, it's just a little bit, yeah. So looking at this, right, this is, wow, typical V-shaped. You've got, well, the bass and the treble, or rather the upper mids, is quite on the same level, and the treble as well. You know, you have a W actually. To me, this is actually not a V-shaped, it's maybe a W shape. Yeah, okay, so anyway, so let's take out my iPad and then let's listen to this for the first time. So be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see, I brought out my iPad and I've got my usual USB-C dongle from Apple. I've got my Yingwu cable, and then I've got my CP145 spin fit ear tips, and this is the CCA CXS. Okay, so let's put them in my ear and see how they fit. Very nice fit, and you know the metal, right? This full metal is actually quite cold to the touch. If you live in a cold country, yeah, it's going to be quite cold because it's full metal. There's no plastic on this, and the build quality, right, actually, you know, for 18 bucks is pretty good. And yeah, it fits my ear pretty well for now. Okay, and so far no pain. So anyway, let's fire up the song, which is Golden Hour by Jake, and then just listen to this for the first time. Okay, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Let's go. Okay, so the pianos, they sound quite warm, heavy note weight. The kids and the birds are chirping in the background, but it's somewhere in front. This is pretty easy to drive, so I got to lower the volume a bit. And the lead singer, they sound warm. It's got very present as well. It's got a heavy note weight to his voice as well. The tone on this is warm, And the positioning of the lead singer, right, is somewhere to the sides, and that rumble is very present, very present. And I can hear the soundstage, right, is somewhere, I mean, it's still quite within the head, but it's a bit out on the outer side of the head. So quite a wide soundstage, I would say. The rumble is good, the rumble is very present, and the note weight of that rumble is very heavy. The snapping is on this side. The sound separation, right, is, or rather the imaging, I find that it is quite average in terms of the imaging. Okay, the tapping sound is quite clear. So far, right, even though I see that peak, but I don't hear the sibilants. I mean, it's bright. Yeah, I can hear that it's quite bright, but it's not harsh. It's a bit shouty. And it's got that energy there. I mean, the lead singer has got that energy there. It's forward, it's got that presence. It's quite engaging in terms of the lead singer. And I want to mention this part here, right? The rumble. The only thing I hear is that rumble of the bass. And this part here has got that bump, bump, bump. That impact is a bit over in terms of the tuning, but by default, right, inherently the thump is quite a grainy thump lah. Okay, now the lead violin is actually positioned on this side, which is pretty okay. And then you got the kids and the birds singing on this background. I mean, okay, so imaging is pretty okay. And then you got that background violins that comes in and floods the background, which is correct. And that this is the part where you get that sparkle. You're supposed to get that sparkle. And there is just a bit. Yeah, I can hear that expand. Oh, my ears are ringing. Okay, so this is a little bit sibilant. Okay, in terms of that treble. Okay, so let's take this out. Let's pause the song. Okay, so this is my very first time listening to this CCA CXS. Now, it's a V-shaped, actually W-shape. Okay, and bass is, the rumble is impactful and present and extended. Very, very good bass. Okay, not just the sub bass lah. The mid bass is impactful, and it's warm lah. It's a warm tuning, and the mids are actually, in terms of the instruments, they are actually quite forward, surprisingly, and the lead singer is also quite present. Now the soundstage on this is actually pretty wide, and pretty good as well. Okay, pretty good soundstage, but the detail retrieval and the resolution, I might find this a little bit grainy, but it's okay, it's fine, you know, it's average type of resolution, but the imaging is okay as well, and the positioning and the sound separation is okay as well. So technically it's okay, but the soundstage is pretty wide. Actually, it's a bit out of the head type of soundstage lah. Now for the bass, as I mentioned, right, the bass is very present. Okay, and the mids is okay. Yeah, it's present, but the treble is a bit on the shouty side for me, or sibilant. For this song lah, okay, especially the violins, when it goes to the higher octaves, my ears are now ringing. Okay, and I already reduced the volume to less than 50%, as you can see. So yeah, so it's not an artifact on the 8K region. It's there. Okay, so yeah, I mean, maybe it's on for this song. As I mentioned, right, this is not my full review. I'm only listening to one song. As I said, right, I got to listen to this a bit more and listen to more songs and more tracks in order to determine my conclusion for this lah. Okay, right, so that's it for now for this very first impression. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Right, so thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you guys in the full review of this CCA CXS. Cheers.